Now let me create a new package for the explaining about the file system task. So this task is used for whenever you are dealing with the files and folders. Okay, whenever you are dealing with the files and folders, you have to go for this file system task. Okay, now let us go and see. Click on new package. Let me see, it is going to be slow. Okay, now let us go for this. Okay. Now let me rename this package as file system task. Okay, let me rename this package as file system task. Okay. So whenever you are dealing with files and folders, we have to go for this file system task. Okay. Now drag and drop it. Now here you can see using this file system task, we can create a folder. Okay, we can you can go and see under this file system task we have some options. Okay, let me open this file system. Now here you can see we have some list of operations like, so we have some list of operations here. So if you want to create a folder, so you can see we have an option called create directory option. Means directory is nothing but a folder. Okay, so if you want to create a folder, or if you want to copy the content from one folder to another folder, okay, if you want to copy the files from one folder to another folder, and you can see here we have the copy folder option. And if you want to delete a folder content, you can go for this. And if you want to delete the entire folder, okay, if you want to delete the folder itself, you can go for this. Okay, and if you want to do the cut and paste, so let me go one by one and explain. Now if I want to create a folder, I can go for this, and let us say give some name, let us say create folder option. Okay, now where you want to specify, where you want to create a folder, so we have to specify the path. Okay, now where you want to create a folder, let me specify. So let us say I want to create a folder in the desktop. Okay, so I want to create a folder, you can select this option. Where you want to create, you can go and specify, let us say under the desktop. Okay, click. So under the desktop I want to create a folder. Okay, now what is the folder name you want to create? So under this desktop, okay, let us give some folder name as. So let us say that SSIS. Okay, I want to create a folder with this name SSIS underscore. Okay, now let us see. That's it. And if the folder is already existing, do you want to reuse it? Yes, I want to reuse it. If the folder is already there, okay, I can just reuse it. Instead of creating one more, okay, I can just replace it. Okay, now you can go and see. Now let us go execute this task. Now you can go and see in the desktop. Okay, now you can see the empty folder is created. An empty folder is created. Okay, so if you want to delete it one more time, let me delete it one more time. I'm deleting the folder. Now if I go and re-execute it one more time, it will create a folder in the desktop. You can see a folder is created in the desktop. Okay. Now after creating the folder, what I want to do is I want to copy the files. Now let us say I have some F drive. In that F drive I have some. So let us say take any folder. Let me take one which file contains multiple files. Hmm, images. So now you can see we have some images folder is there in which I have the images, text files, okay, and XML files and text files is there. Now let me copy some more files. Okay. So let me copy some Excel files also. Okay. Let me copy these files also. And can go and copy. Text files are already there. So do we have any XML files? And let me copy the PDF files also. Okay, so I'm copying the text files, Excel files, and the PDF file also. Okay, now let me copy all those files. Okay, to the F drive images. Okay, now let me go for F drive under the images. Okay, let me copy these Excel files and the PDF files. Now you can see I have multiple types of files in this. Now what I want to do is I want to copy these files from this images folder to the desktop folder. Okay, now let us see how we can do that. So if you want to copy the files from one folder to another folder, then we have to go for this file system task. Now let me go on. Now let us select the operation as copy directly. Okay. Now let me select the operation as copy directly. Okay, now you can see as soon as I selected copy directory, the design is changed. Okay, so if you go and select create directory, now you can see the layout is different. If you go for copy directory, the layout is different. Okay, now here we have to specify the source connection and the destination connection. Okay, now let's first of all let me copy folder. Okay, give the name as copy folder. Now let us specify the path. So where is your source folder? Let us create a connection to the source folder. Now is that folder is existing? Yes. Now in this PC under the F drive we have the images folder now. So under the F drive we have the images folder. Let us select that folder. Okay. This is my source folder. And where you want to copy? You want to copy, so we have to specify that destination folder name. Now you can see where I want to copy. I want to copy into the desktop folder SSIS. That's it. Okay. We have to specify the source connection and the destination connection. Okay? And now here you can see that if the file is already present, do you want to overwrite it? Yes. Okay. So in that folder, if with the same file name, if the file is already existed, I just want to overwrite it. Okay. Now let us go and click on it. Okay. So if you want, you can link it. Okay. Or if you don't want, you can unclick it. Okay. Don't click it first. Now we can go and execute this package. You can go and execute from here also. Now you can see it will, if the folder is already there, it will reuse that one. And now you can see after that it is copying the data, copying the files. Now let us go and see in your desktop folder whether all the files are copied. Yes, all the files are copied. Yes. Okay, like this. So this is how we can copy the content. Okay, copy the files from one folder to another folder by just using this copy folder option. Okay. Now, if I want to delete the folder content, if you want to delete the files from the any folder, we can go and do that also. Now we have one more operation called delete directory content. Okay, if you want to delete the files from any folder, we can go and do that. So delete files from a folder. Now we have to just specify which folder content you want to delete. Okay, just delete the files present in the SSIS. Delete the files present in this folder. That's it. Now you can go and execute this task. So it will delete that files from that folder. Now you can go and see. All the files will be removed from this folder. Okay, all the files are removed from this folder like this. Okay. Now, if I want to delete the folder itself, if you want to delete the folder itself, we have one more task. We have one more operation. You can go and select the delete directory. Okay. So if you want to delete a folder, let us give some name as delete folder. Okay. Now you can go and specify that. Which folder you want to delete? The folder present in the desktop. That's it. Okay. Now you can go and see. If you want, you can link it. Okay, now you can go and execute this. It will delete the folder from that particular location. You can go and cross check. Now you can see the folder itself is removed. Okay, like this. So this is about folder options, folder operations. Okay. Now let us come for file operations. Okay, now let us come for file operations. Let me push all these things into a single container. Okay, let me push this, cut and paste it to this. Okay, now let us give the name as folder operations. Okay. Now let me create one more time the folder. Okay, let me execute this one more time. I want that folder again. So I will create that SSIS folder on the desktop. Okay. Now let me minimize it. Now you can go and see a folder is created again. Okay. Now what I want to do is, if you want to copy a single file, okay, if you want to copy a single file, so we have one more operation called copy file option. Okay. So from that, in that folder, if you want to copy only a single file, then you can go for this copy file option. Okay, now let us create a connection. Which file you want to copy? So which file I want to copy? Is that file is already existing? Yes. Let me go and select this existing file option. So let us say that from that folder F drive merge folder, I want to copy or F drive images. We are dealing with these images now. I want to copy these first file 4.jpg. Okay, so using this copy file option, we can copy a single file. Click on OK. Now we have specified the which file I want to copy and where you want to copy. I want to copy into the SSIS Durga folder. Okay, if the file is already present, overwrite it. Okay, now you can go and see copy single file. Okay, copy single. So we have to specify the which file you want to copy, create a connection to the corresponding file, and we have to select the operation as copy file, and we have to give the destination connection. That's it. Now you can go and see it will copy a single. Okay, now you can go and cross check. So you can go and see. So a single file is copied here. Okay, like this. Suppose let us say I want to copy multiple files. I want to copy the multiple files. Okay, so if you want to copy all the files, then you can go for copy folder option. So we have the copy directory option also is there. No? So if you want to copy all the files, we can go and select this copy directory option, which will copy all the files. But my requirement is I want to copy only the text files. So in this folder, there are multiple types of files, multiple extension files, but I want to copy only the text files. I don't want to copy all the files and I don't want to copy a single file. I want to copy all the text files. Then how we can do that? Okay. Then how we can do that is, let us see how we can do that. So if you want to copy all the text files, okay. Now for clarity purpose, let me remove this. Okay. Now the folder is empty. Now I want to copy only the text files, not all files, not a single. Then what you have to do is, so let me select this file system task, okay. And before that, let me take the help of for each loop container. Okay, so let me take the help of for each loop container to do that. Okay, now in this for each loop container, what we will do is, so what the loop container will do, it will connect to that folder and it will get all the text files and it will send one by one text file inside. Okay, now you can see what the for each loop container will do. Now this collection, since we are dealing with the folder and files. Okay, since we are dealing with the files and folder, the enumerator type should be file enumerator. Earlier we have seen that we have used the ADO enumerator for objects like table object like that. Okay, if your data is coming from a table or table object, we have gone for this ADO enumerator. But now we are dealing with files and folders, no? So it should be file enumerator. Okay. Now here you have to specify that which folder files you want to loop through. Okay. Now let us go and specify the folder name first. My folder name is under the F drive. We have some images folder. Let us select this folder. Okay. So this is the folder name. Now you can see star.star is all type of files. Okay. But I want only the text files. Okay. Then you can go and specify star.txt files. Which type extension files you want to copy? Specify those extensions. So I have specified only the text files I want to copy. Okay. Now you can see that it is giving us the fully qualified path. fully qualified path means, okay, it will store the, so we are, so in this folder we have three text files. What this for each loop container will do is the text file, each text file, okay, it will store the data. We can store the text file in one of the variable here. Okay, so let us say variable file path. Okay, so what the data, what type of data will be stored in this variable is, okay, what the container will do is, okay, it will go to this folder, okay, and what is the first text file name? So in this folder, what is the first text file name? This is image.txt, no? Okay, fully qualified path means, fully qualified path means you can go and see. So this is the fully qualified path. Okay, from the folder name to the file name. This is called fully qualified path. Okay, so this path, okay, this path will be stored in this variable. So this path will be stored in this variable. Okay, so when I go on, you can go and see it will store this. What path it will store is, so in this variable, it will store this data, the fully qualified path. The fully qualified path is in which folder your text file is present, like images, okay, slash, okay, abc.text file. Let us say the text file name is abc.txt. Okay, so this information, this file path, okay, this path, fully qualified path, will be stored in this variable. Okay, you can go and see. Here we have specified the fully qualified. Now, what this container will do is it will send one by one file name inside. Okay. Now inside the for each loop container, let me drag and drop the file system task. Okay. Now open this, and now we can see here we have to specify the source of the destination. No? Now here I cannot create a physical connection. Okay. I have to create a connection. Okay. For the value coming from this variable. Now the source path is coming in a variable. No? Now you can see we have while creating a source connection, we have an option called is your source path is present in a variable? Yes. My source path is present in a variable. Yes, true. Okay. So in which variable the source path is coming from the container? So my source path is coming from the which variable? My variable name is v5. Okay, so we are providing the source path in a variable, no? So that variable we are mapping here by taking this is source path variable as true. Okay, now where you want to copy? I want to copy to the desktop folder. SSIS. If the file is already present, do you want to overwrite? Yes, I want to. Okay, like this. Okay, understood. So now let us see. Let us give the name as copy one by one file. Copy one by one file like this. Okay. Now, why it is giving that error is the variable file path is used as a source or destination and it is empty. Okay. So your variable is using as a source, but it is saying that hey, there is no default value for that variable. Now let us go and provide some. So this is, you can see the variables by clicking on this icon. So v file path, let us give some default value as a any name. Now let us go click on OK one more time. So after providing the default value, that error is not. Okay. Now what will happen is if you execute this, what that for each loop container will do is it will connect to that folder and send the text files one by one, okay, inside the loop. So it will get the fully qualified path of that file name and put it in this variable, and we are getting that path present in that variable and creating the source connection, and we are copying to the destination folder one by one. Okay. Now let us go and execute this. If you want to copy all the text files, only the text files, you can take the help of for each container like this. Now we can go and see that in your desktop folder, only the text files will be copied one by one like this. Okay, only the text files got copied like this. Okay, only the text files got copied like this. Suppose if I want to copy, okay, so one more interview question is, so if they ask you how to copy only particular extension, you can go and suggest this. Okay? And one more question is how we can copy multiple extension files. Let us say my customer requirement is he wants to copy text files, along with the text files he wants to copy the XML file also. Okay? He wants to copy the XML file also. Then how we can do that? Okay, so this is for copy only the text files. Okay, copy only the text files. Suppose if you want to copy multiple extension files, let us say text files as well as XML files, then what you can do? Now let me remove the text files now. Now let me remove all the files. Okay. Now I want to copy along with the text files, I want to copy the XML file also. Then let us take one more container, and here go to the collection, select the file enumerator, specify the folder from which folder you want to retrieve the data, retrieve the files, images, and now along with the text files, I want to copy the XML files. Okay, if you write like this won't work. Okay, we should not write like this. Why? Because so it won't treat this as two format, two extension files. It will treat this as a file. It will try to search for the file with this extension. It will treat whatever there after the first dot, whatever there is there, it will treat this as an extension. Okay, so it will go and search for this. Any file is there with this extension .txt .xml. It will treat this as a single extension. Okay, so we should not write like this. Then how we can do that is, so first of all, let me get all the type of extensions, that is star dot star. Okay, so let me fetch all the types and let us specify the fully qualified path. Okay, go to the variable mappings, store the each file path. So let me reuse this variable. We can reuse it n number of times. Okay, so let me reuse this variable. So now the container will send one by one file, but it will send all the files. Okay, so but it will send all the files. Now let us see. Let me use a script task first. Okay. So go to this, and I want to read the data present in the v file path. Okay, click on OK. Go to this. let it go. So first of all, let me display the file name. Okay. So you can go and write to display the file name as we have written earlier. So we have to go and use the message box method. Okay. So go and use the message box dot show. Okay. So which value you want to show? I want to show the dts dot variables. We have only one variable. We can give the variable name or variable position dot value dot toast. Okay. We are writing some simple C sharp code. Okay. So let me build it, check for syntax error, and once the build is succeeded, okay, build is succeeded, let me save it and close it. Okay. Now, so I'm just using the script task to display, and after that, let me take the file system. Okay, so this will copy the. Now, how we can copy? So the container is sending the file path, source path in a variable. Now, in which variable? V file path, and where you want to copy. So let us copy files. Okay. And where you want to copy, I want to copy in the destination folder is SSIS Class21. If the file is already present, replace it. Okay, overwrite. Now it will copy all the files, but I want to copy only the text files and the XML files. So now where you can put that filter is, you can go and put that filter in this connector. Okay, go and filter that. Now you can see along with evaluation operation, we can go and write the expression and constraint also. Okay. Now you can see as soon as I selected the expression, it is opening some expression here. So here we can go and put that filter condition, which files you want to allow. Okay. So what we want to do is, so from the for each container, you are getting the file name like this. Okay, you are getting the file name like this. Let me see, this one is not working. Now you can see from the for each container, you are getting the file name like this. If drive slash images folder, okay, images folder slash abc dot text file, okay, abc dot text file. Now what I have to do is, I need to check these last three characters is dot txt or not. I need to check if the last three characters is txt, I need to allow, or if the last three characters is XML, that also I need to allow. That also I need to allow. Okay. So here, what I have to do, I need to extract from this file name. I can extract the last three characters. Okay, I can extract the last three characters. Okay, I need to extract the last three characters. So, do we have any write function? You can go and simply use the write function. Okay, write of 3. Okay, if the write of 3 means from the starting from the right side, get me the three characters. If this write of 3 is equal to txt, then I should allow. Or if the write of 3 is equal to XML, then I should allow. Okay. Now let us see how we can write that function. So here we have to go and specify. So let us see, do we have any write function? Now you can see we have write function. Okay. Now your file path is coming in a variable. Now you can see my file path is coming in this variable. Now in this variable, so let me get the right of starting from the right hand side. So get me the last three characters, comma 3. Okay. If this is equal to text file. Okay. If this is equal to text file. Okay. Since SSIS is case sensitive, sometimes capital TXT, sometimes small txt will come. Okay. So from this folder, sometimes it can be small txt, sometimes it can be capital TXT also. So we cannot predict. So we need to treat this as both as same. No? Now let us say after getting the last three characters, okay, make them to okay, convert them to uppercase. Okay, so get the last three characters and convert them into uppercase and compare this. If this last three characters is equal to txt, or we have to write or condition. In SSIS, how we can write the or condition is we have to write vertical bar. Now you can see logical or is like this. Okay, now you can go and see some operators. So you can see that logical R is vertical bars. Okay, so that's why I have written two vertical bars. If this last three characters is equal to XML also, uppercase of last three characters is equal to XML, then also allow. Okay, only allow the text files and XML files. So that I can write a condition like this. Okay, click on. So now you can see in this container, in this connector, I am writing a filter condition. Okay. So let the for each loop container will send all the files. But by using this filter expression, I am filtering only I am sending only the text files and XML files to execute this copy file operation. Okay. Now let us go and execute this. Now the script task will display one by one. Okay. Now you can see first one is okay, JPG file is coming. Okay, now you can see JPG file is coming. Now is it crossed this? No. The JPG file is not filtered. Okay, not passed to the next task. Okay, now you can see JPG is not passed. Now XLS is also is not passed. Now you can see text file is coming. Now you can see this is executed. So it is sending only the text files. And now PDF it won't send. Now you can see XML. That XML also will be sent. Now you can go and cross check your desktop folder. Now you can see XML is sent, text file is copied as well as XML file is copied. Okay. Now we can go and see. It will allow only the XML files and text files. Okay. So this is how we can copy the multiple extension files. The text file and XML files are copied. Okay. So this script task is used for only display purpose. Okay. Now if I go and execute this, if I see the script task, using script task I am displaying here. Okay. But unless I click on OK, it won't continue. It won't continue the execution. When I click on OK, then only it is continuing the next one. But you can see whenever I'm clicking OK, then only the next record is passing. But who will be there in the production? So in the test environment, in the dev environment, you can go and click it. But who will be there in the production environment? No one will be there, no? So this script task, I can use it, okay? So I can use it to display the value only in the dev environment or test environment, but not in the production. Why? Because there should be some person to click it on OK button. Then in production, will this work? No. In production, okay, let me copy this expression. So in production, can this will work? No, because we don't use the scriptors in production. We don't use the scriptors especially for display purpose. So when you are deploying to the production, we have to remove that. So when I remove the scriptors, automatically the connector also removed. Now where can I write the connection? Where can I write the filter condition? So in these cases, what you can do is, instead of script task, you can take any task and make it as a dummy one. Now you can see I have dragged and dropped on the data flow task. I just need this connector, but I don't bother whether it is coming from data flow task or script task. So I'm not doing anything inside this. I'm not doing anything. I won't do anything. I will leave it as empty. Okay, I'm using this as a dummy connect. I'm just using it as a dummy task now. I just require this connector, okay, and I can go to this connector and make it as expression and constraint and write my filter condition here. Okay, now you can see I just need some task. Okay, I just need this connector, so I can use any one of the tasks and make it as a dummy task. I don't do anything inside. Okay, I leave it as empty. Okay, now we can go and see execute this. Now let us go and remove these files one more time. Now we can go and see if I execute this. Now you can see. So we are able to copy the files, PDF, XML files and the text files one more time. You can go and see all the text and XML files are copied like this. Okay. So instead of script task, you can drag and drop any other task. Okay, and use it as a dummy one. Okay, like this you can. Okay, so this is how we can copy a single extension files and multiple extension files. Okay. Now let us see the any other operations, any other options we have. So now we have seen the copy file. Okay. So regarding the files, we have one more thing called delete file is there. Okay. So if you want to delete a single file, you can go and create a connection. Okay. You can go and create a connection to that. Or if you want to delete all the files, then you can go and use the for each loop container and send one by one file inside and delete all the files. Okay. So like how we have done up to now. So in the same way, we have to do that. Okay. So let us say that I think you already know. Let me show one more time. So if you want to delete a files, all the files from a folder, we have to just specify the folder name. Okay. As usual, we are doing that. Okay. Which let us say desktop folder name. So in the desktop, I have one folder called SSIS Class21. Yeah, let me select that. Do you want to delete all the files or only the text files? You can go and specify text files. Okay. And you can use the v-file path to capture the file, and it will send one by one file inside, and inside this let me delete these files. So now let me select a delete file option. Okay, now which file you want to delete? Okay, is your file name is coming in a variable? Yes, the file name is coming in a variable. So in which variable? My v-file path. Okay, now let me delete it. That's it. Okay. Okay, now if I go and execute this, it will delete. The container will send one by one file name, and this delete option will delete all those files. Now you can go and see only the text files will be removed. Now you can see only the text files got removed like this. Okay. Now if you want to delete that, you have some more operations. So now you can see we have delete file and we have copy directory as well as we have move directory. So what is the difference between these two is copy directory means copy and paste. Move directory means cut and paste. It will cut the folder from the source location and it will paste it into the destination folder. It is called cut and paste. Similarly, we have the move file option. Move file option is nothing but cut and paste means it will cut the file from the source and it will paste it into the destination. So we should be careful when we do the move file or move direct. Why? Because in between if your task fails, okay. So if in between if your task fails and what you are doing, you are cutting the data, cutting the file in the source folder, no? And while copying it, your task is failed. Okay, then you will lose it won't undo, it won't recopy the file to the source folder. It won't roll back. It will just cut it and it won't paste it if the task fails. Okay, so you will lose your file. It is not copy paste, it is cut and paste. When you are pasting, if any error comes, then it won't recopy the file in the source folder. Okay, you will lose that file. Why? Because it is already cut it. Okay, it is already cut down. So we should be careful when you are selecting the move directory and move file because there is a chance of losing the file. Okay, so that's about file system task. And if you want to rename a file, then you can go for this rename file option. Okay, so let us say that I want to rename the files, okay, present in the source folder. Now let us see. So I want to rename these files. Okay. Now let us say I want to rename it patch underscore sapna underscore Krishna. Okay, I want to give a new name to these files, output underscore Krishna, like that. Okay, how we can do that is, so how we can rename a source file is, we have to go to this. First of all, let me get the for each loop container. I want to loop through the files. So let us go for it. Okay. So which file, which folder, that is under the C drive desktop. We have the SSIS Durga. Now I want to rename all the files. Let me send one by one file name into this file path. Okay. Now let me get this file system task. Okay. Now what I want to do from the source, let us say the file name is getting as F drive. Okay. Let us say SSIS Durga. Okay. So in the desktop, this is the folder name, and let us say the file name is abc dot, okay, abc dot, let us say some xm. What I want to do after renaming it, where I want to paste, I need to paste it to the same folder. No? The folder name up to this should be same. I need to paste it in the same folder name. So in the same folder name, okay. So let us say desktop, okay, SSIS Durga. I need to rename with abc, okay, underscore Krishna. I need to rename the file name as abc underscore Krishna dot xml, like this. Okay, in order to do that, what I will do is wherever dot is there, okay, so before the extension dot will be there, no, I will replace this dot with underscore kr underscore Krishna dot. So if there is any dot is there, I will replace this dot with underscore Krishna dot. That's it. Okay. I will replace with underscore Krishna dot. Okay. So for that purpose, what I will do is I will create. Okay. I will use a variable. Let me go and use a variable. So let me create one more variable. So let us say variable underscore. Okay. New name. Variable underscore new name. What I want to do is first of all, let me specify the let me create one more variable. So let me specify the variable path after renaming where I want to copy. Let me specify the destination path first. Okay, let me specify the destination path, or I just need to replace. No, now let us see. Let me delete this. Okay, what I will do is let me make it as a string. Okay, let me go to this. So here, what I can do is, so my file path, my source file path is coming. So in this, what I want to do, wherever dot is there, I need to replace with underscore Krishna dot. That's it. Okay. Now what I can do, I can go and use the replace function. Replace. Okay. Replace in this file. Okay. Replace dot wherever dot is there. Replace with underscore Krishna dot. That's it. Okay. Replace. Now you can go and use this. You can go and see the syntax here of replace. So you can see character expression. Okay. Character expression, search expression, replace expression. So I'm searching for dot and I'm replacing dot with underscore Krishna dot. Okay. Let us click on OK. Okay, that's it. Now what I want to do is, so this for each loop container will send one by one. Okay. Now what is your source file? My source file is present in a variable now. Let me select this true, and source variable is while path. Okay. Now where I want to copy. So after replacing, where you are putting, we are putting in a one more variable, no? Where v underscore new path. So here let me go and select the rename file option. Okay, my source path, and after renaming it, I need to copy into the okay is your destination connection. Now you can see we are doing that rename and putting in this new variable called v underscore new name. Okay, so this variable also contains the path name also. Okay, the same path we are putting there also. You can go and see. So let us see if it is. Let us, for example, uh, what we are doing. So whatever the path coming from this file path, in that we are just replacing. So in the file path, we have the folder name also, no? Desktop, SSIS Durga. So it will contain the folder path also, no? So we are renaming it, and in the renaming, we have the file name also is there. File path also is there in this new name variable. Now I have to go to this, select this rename file option, and is your source path is coming in a variable? Yes. And in which variable? V file path. And now your destination path is also coming in the variable? Yes. And destination path also is coming in the variable? Yes, true. In which variable? After renaming, in which variable we are putting? In the new name variable. That's it. And do you want to, if the file is already existing, do you want to rename? Do you want to reuse? Yes. Okay. Like this, you can go. Now let us see whether I can. Now you can go and see that the We have .xml. Let us see whether it will get replaced with underscore Krishna.xml or not. Now you can see we are able to rename the files. Now let us go and cross check. Now you can see the file names are renamed with underscore Krishna.xml like this. Okay, so this is about renaming a file. Okay, understood. Now we have one more thing. So we have one more last option is set attributes option. So now you can see as soon as we selected the set attributes, we can see that it is giving some properties here, like you want to make this file as hidden or read only, or make it as archive file, or do you want to convert it as a system option. Okay. Now if I go and see for any folder or any file, now you can go and see this file properties. You can see we have read only option is we have some attributes. Read only option is there, hidden option is there, and we have the file is ready for archival purpose. Let me remove these two. Okay. Now if you want to set these attribute properties from the SSIS, so if you want to make this file as read only, or if you want to make this as ready for archival purpose, we can do that from the SSIS also. Okay. Now let us see how we can do that. So I have selected the set attributes option. Now for which file you want to set the attributes, let us go and select the respective file name. Is the file name is existing? Yes. Now under the desktop, okay, we have one folder SSIS Durga. Now for this file I want to set the attributes. Okay, what is the attribute you want to set? I want to make it as read only property as true. Okay, and archival property as true. Okay, now we can go and execute this. Now you can go and see whether that file properties is changed or not. You can go and see, cross check. Now you can see the read only property is checked and the file is ready for archival purpose also is checked. Okay. Like that we can change the attributes of a properties of a file from the SSIS. So you can make it as hidden, so that file won't appear there. Okay, it will be hidden. Okay, we can't see that file name there if you make it as hidden also. Okay, like that we can go and set the properties. If you make it as true, so your file will get hide. Now you can go and see that file will be hidden. Now let me see. Now you can see it is the file is hidden there. Okay. Now if you want to display that file, if you want to bring that file, you can go and uncheck this hidden file. So if you make this as false, then the file will appear again. Now the file is hidden. Now if you make it as hidden as false, then again the two files will come back. You can see the file is coming back.
Like that, we can set the properties.
We have one more option called system. So if you want to convert this as system file, you can go to that. Okay. So these are all the properties available in the file system task. Okay, understood? Can I stop now? Okay, thank you.